12 News, a Robbinsdale coloring club that aimed to color the holiday season bright for others. Plus, in a time manufacturers are cutting jobs, we'll take you to a Brooklyn Center business that's actually expanding. But first, a warning that comes out of an unusually warm winter.
We've been confident and continue to be confident this will be a very warm winter.
12 News starts right now.
And hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. Late December is usually a good time for ice fishing and snowmobiling in Minnesota.
But this is not a normal year. As Eric Nelson found out, mild weather is keeping people off the ice.
I don't like El Nino.
Forget about polar vortex. It's all about El Nino this winter.
This is very near record territory for sure.
Because of mild temps, Minnesota is now the not-so-frozen north, which means ice fishing and snowmobiling are on hold in the Northwest Metro.
We need winter. Snow, ice, let's get it going on.
Ice on Plymouth's Medicine Lake is only 2 inches deep in most spots. Experts say it is way too soon to go on the lake.
Definitely better to be safe than sorry. The sheriff saw some guys ice skating just a couple days ago, and he wasn't too happy.
The best advice is to stay off the ice until it thickens up.
Now, last year at this time, there were trucks on Medicine Lake and at least 50 ice houses out here. This year, the lake is empty.
Except for a few birds who have yet to go south, Medicine Lake is a ghost town.
The major player for this warmth we have is definitely El Nino.
Michael Griesinger is a forecaster for the National Weather Service.
This will be a very warm winter.
He predicts this could be a historically mild winter.
Wouldn't be surprised if for the Twin Cities this ends up being a top 10 warmest winter, even or possibly higher.
So get used to green grass and snow-free landscape. The weather arrow points to mostly above average temps.
We'll get these punches of cold air. It'll still feel like Minnesota every so often, but they'll only last for a few days and then we'll quickly get back up to near or above normal on temperatures.
In Plymouth, I'm Eric Nelson, Channel 12 News.
In 2014, Hardee's Boat Works opened up in late November. This year, they might not open until late next week.
A black businessman has filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against Brooklyn Park, accusing the city of racial discrimination. Rodney DeWalt wanted to open a nightclub and restaurant in the Creekside Plaza shopping center that's a few blocks from City Hall. The proposal drew dozens of complaints from neighbors, including some who are black, who raised questions about noise, parking, and public safety. DeWalt, who owns nightclubs around the country, said he chose Brooklyn Park because of its higher population of African Americans. DeWalt believes racial stereotypes led to his plans being voted down. The city stands by its decision that a nightclub wasn't the right fit in a spot that includes a daycare and a 24-hour fitness center.
A local lawmaker who attended the climate summit in Paris this month says it is time for states to look for more aggressive climate change policies.
What I'm coming back with is an absolute fever and passion and fire to put together a coalition of state leaders who are taking climate action in the United States.
Representative Melissa Hortman took this picture in Paris when a deal was announced to limit global warming. Hortman says cities were well represented at the conference, but not states or regions. She hopes sharing information with other states about best practices will make a difference.
There are people who are experts in policy, and they know, hey, if you tweak this policy about electric vehicles in your state, you get a whole bunch more people able to buy them, and you start reducing carbon emissions in your transportation sector. I need choices of policies like that I can talk about with other state legislators and see how it's worked in other states.
Hortman says difficult problems in Minnesota include getting trucking fleets to switch from diesel to natural gas and getting more people to use electric vehicles.
A different way to get to work is under consideration. It's an idea that already has funding lined up from the state legislature. Several suburban bus transit services are working on a plan to provide a bus route that links several West Metro suburbs. Route 494 would connect transit stations from Shakopee on up to Eden Prairie and Minnetonka into Plymouth and Maple Grove. A $2 million grant from the state would fund the service over the next 2 years. It's expected to begin on January 19th.
The Robbinsdale School District is moving forward with a plan to reopen Pilgrim Lane Elementary School. The school board approved expanding Fair Magnet Arts School programming to Pilgrim Lane. It would start with kindergarten classes next year and then eventually expand through 3rd grade. The Fair School currently has a 4th through 8th grade campus in Crystal. Pilgrim Lane closed in 2009 due to declining enrollment. The board voted recently to reopen the school due to projected enrollment increases. During the season of giving, the mayor of Robbinsdale recently received a couple of requests from residents needing help.
And after getting the word out on social media, one group stepped up to lend a hand to one family. Here's reporter Sonia Goins.
On a cold Saturday morning, members of the Birdtown Coloring Club took time out of their busy schedules to meet at the lodge.
So we decided, let's adopt this family.
Cheryl Johnson started the club to color and chat with friends.
It's just a great release for stress.
You might say today's color is red.
I am writing the names of the children and the mother on the stocking.
The group wrapped gifts for a single mom and her 3 young boys.
Who just wasn't going to be able to provide Christmas for her kids.
Members used their own money to buy presents.
The oldest boy requested the series, so I got him Party Boys and Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Besides books, there were toys, candy, and other goodies.
Everyone went shopping. We organized the list from the mother.
The Coloring Club says they didn't think twice about helping the family.
Sad that they can't have the same experience that I had as a child, and that I'm really glad, like I say, to be able to help.
Once the presents were wrapped and put out on tables,
Hi, Jenny.
the right moment this coloring club waited for.
We got a table set up for each child.
Are you serious? I'm serious.
Melody is a student at Hennepin Tech. She also works a part-time job. She also recently lost her mom.
And I'm not afraid to ask for help.
Melody says her children motivate her.
They keep me going. They are the reason why I'm willing to set my pride aside.
She was overwhelmed by the generosity.
Goodness, thank you so much. This is like blowing my mind right now.
On the season of giving, members of the Coloring Club gave from the heart.
I'm so thrilled that everybody here has really jumped on this, and everybody's excited to to do this for them.
Meanwhile, Melody Turner had this message for other single moms.
Don't ever give up on school, work. Asking for help is going to be hard. Don't ever give up on yourself, and don't ever think that you're alone, because, I mean, look at here.
In Robbinsdale, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
The Birdtown Coloring Club also surprised Melody by purchasing some gifts for her, too. They also got presents that Melody could give to the boys that are from her. That's why we like this time of the year.
Yes, all the bases covered over there.
Coming up, a Brooklyn Center company finds success in a difficult environment for manufacturing. That's next.
And then a little bit later in sports, the Wayzata boys hockey team looks to continue its winning ways.
But first, even warmer on Tuesday. We may not dip below freezing. The AAA says it's time to party like it's $1.99. Again, the automobile group says gasoline prices have fallen below $2 a gallon for the first time since 2009. Minnesota was one of the top 10 states to see the largest decline in monthly gas prices over the past few months. Here in the northwest suburbs, we saw prices as low as $1.73 in Plymouth and in Maple Grove. Gas prices are expected to remain low through January. Minnesota's latest job numbers show the state lost 500 manufacturing jobs last month amid the strong U.S. dollar and declining exports.
It is not the case, though, for all manufacturing companies. In this week's Business Matters, a look at a Brooklyn Center business that's in expansion mode.
It's a really big deal. It's an exciting time.
There's a bright sign business is good at Brooklyn Center manufacturer Cast Screw Machine Products. New walls are up.
I feel like we're the McMansion of the industrial park here. We built on every square foot possible.
It's a 26,000 square foot business expansion at a time when some manufacturers are experiencing a slowdown.
We've got some great customers that have some diverse products, so we're kind of insulated from some of the ups and downs, the great swings that the economy sees from time to time.
Millions of parts are made here each year for companies such as Toro, Polaris, and Bobcat. The building expansion will allow the company's 126 employees to produce even more products next year, with the addition of new equipment and at a time of change in the company.
We certainly wouldn't have written the checks we've written if we didn't have great confidence in Steve and the team here and in the customer base.
Managing Director Tom Ahonen and Heartland Equity Partners recently purchased cast screw machine products, allowing some of the former company owners to retire.
Our notion is to invest when things are a little slower, to position ourselves for growth as economic cycles return to positive.
Our sales were up about 15% in the first 2 quarters of the year. We've throttled back a little bit now. We'll finish the year about 7% up.
On the campus of Cast Screw's 5 buildings, this is the first new construction in decades. And while company growth may be slower in the year ahead, this expansion is infusing new energy into a 70-year-old business.
It really energizes the people here. My employees are really jazzed up about this, and it's exciting. It's really exciting to watch something like this go up.
The business expansion should be complete by April. Still ahead, 'tis the season for holiday concerts.
But first in sports, Armstrong and Park Center tip off in a tight conference game in boys basketball. John Jacobson is at more when we come back.
Gets the return from a lot.
Well, so much for a slow start. The local hockey team has done well since the beginning of the season. They never look back.
No, a ranked team and hoping for big things by the end of the season. The Wayzata boys hockey team lost 2 games up north in late November to give the Trojans a 2-2 record. The team has not lost since then. 6th-ranked Wayzata facing off with Buffalo on Saturday afternoon. Trojans' turnover in their own zone leads to a quick shot on goal for the Bison's Cade Stensby. Buffalo takes a 1-0 lead 4 minutes into the game. Buffalo on a power play here, and good work in goal by Wayzata's Reed Washenko. Comes up with 3 saves in this sequence and keeps it a 1-0 game. Late in the first period, Wayzata's Matt Nelson skates down the wing past the D, and they'll drop a great pass back to Grant Anderson. His 3rd goal of the season ties the game at 1. Same score, second period. The Trojans get a 2-on-1 break. Dylan Riley to Amar Batra. He scores what turns out to be the last goal of the game. Wayzata wins 2-1. The Trojans have now won 6 straight. Wayzata's girls basketball team finished without a Lake Conference win last season. The Trojans were looking to break an 18-game conference losing streak when they hosted Edina in this season's Lake opener. Wayzata guard Sydney Hayden with an early 3-pointer for the Trojans and gets her team on the board. Edina surges into the lead. They'll work the ball around here. Jordan Nevy drills a 3 to put Edina up 19-15. Wayzata, though, with a strong finish to the first half. Sydney Franks with a 3. She'll score 10 points in the game. And then Annie Robertson with a 3 from the wing, helping Wayzata finish on a 15-2 run. They go up to 9, 30, 21 at halftime. Edina, though, comes out strong to begin the second half. Monica Jank muscles her way in for 2. Hornets are back to within 2 points. Mimi Schrader drives uncontested to the hoop and scores. The freshman leads all scores with 20 points. And Wayzata holds its lead. Cameron Hay takes the pass, pivots on the block, and scores an easy 2. Trojans lead by 3. They're still up 3 in the final seconds of the game. That's when Olivia Coughlin hits a 21-footer here for Edina, tying the game at 52 and sending it to overtime. Down by 1 in OT. The pass goes to Jank, who puts in a runner in the lane to put Edina up for good at 56-55, and they go on to beat Wayzata by a final score of 62-57. In boys basketball, Armstrong is ranked 10th in the state in Class 4A. The Falcons got a tough game from Park Center on Friday night. Lucini Kamara drives, dishes to Osiris Washington. He knocks down the jumper from the wing, and Park Center leads by 1 early. Quick passing leads to a hoop for Armstrong. Hollis Barber gets it back on the give and go, and the Falcons lead at 8-5. They'll go inside to Race Thompson for 2 more. Pirates do a pretty good job on the big sophomore, though. He totals 12 points on the night. Park Center closes the first half strong. Eric Racine between 2 defenders scores. His free throw ties at 26 all at halftime. Second half, Xavier Bonner buries one of his threes from beyond the arc, and the Pirates go in front. After trailing for a stretch, Armstrong comes back. Barber sinks a three from the corner, and the Falcons lead at 40-38. True Thompson hits a nice fadeaway jumper, sliding across the lane, and Armstrong tries to pull away. Park Center, though, keeps battling. Final minute, the first shot here, an air ball, but Racine saves it to Kamara, and his corner three-pointer drops, and the Pirates are within 52-50. The Falcons are able to hang on and win it. They outlast Park Center 55-52. Brooklyn Center's boys basketball team is off to a pretty solid start. Prairie Seeds Academy hosting BC. Landon Kirkwood has a big night for Brooklyn Center. His three-pointer gives the Centaurs a 9-2 lead. Devonta Prince delivers a nice pass. Toger Calm for the hoop and foul for Brooklyn Center. Sean Pickford floats the pass. Prince jams it home. Brooklyn Center leads 27-10. More high flying by the Centaurs. Kirkwood gets free for the dunk, and Brooklyn Center leads 49-28 at halftime. Prince with another nice look here. Let's see, Patterson gets the basket and foul. Patterson will return the favor. He'll set up Prince for this baseline dunk. Brooklyn Center wins in a blowout. 92-43 is the final. That was like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
right?
all kinds
Flying
of dunking over there.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, John. Still ahead, one more way to brighten up the holidays.
We'll be right back. There's been no shortage of really fun holiday lights this season. Maybe the mild weather had something to do with it. We found Santa taking a break from his workshop. He was actually on a teeter-totter with reindeer on the other side. We found this at 115 Lawn Terrace in Golden Valley. Only a couple of days left until Christmas, and if there is an ambitious holiday lighting display in your neighborhood, send us an email to news@12.tv. How many deer? 3 deer on one side and Santa.
Deer, I like that.
That'll do it. That's it for now. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
And as we say goodbye, we leave with the sounds of the season. Here are the Armstrong Chamber Singers with Deck the Halls.
Oh, yes, Will. We now are gay apparel. Yuletide carol. See the blaze.